8 a.m. and you're welcome to the Grapevine. I've got Oris in the house.
Good morning, Lagos.
And one man who I need to get off my headphone right now.
Yeah!
Oh, James
Good morning,
Silas.
Almost trying to take my voice.
We're
live.
Okay, so, but Lagos, I most persons don't know why James Silas get this excited on Thursday, but I know because before Thursdays, you would find James Silas in certain quarters that
even I want to know this secret.
Yes,
Okay, I don't even know.
I don't even know.
I was commissioned by the station to actually go out and make sure I find out why is this excited. And look, this is not. I didn't hold James Silas by the elbow. I held him by the wrist.
By the wrist. Okay.
And looked at his eyes and said,
You apprehended the man.
James Silas, is this you? And James Silas, no, just so Lagos knows. James Silas, did I or did I not?
You did.
Okay.
So he caught you doing what, please?
Okay.
Tell us.
That's what I know. Well, I know he did something. I saw him here. That's
He said he held you by the wrist.
So, okay, so but the thing is, the question you would ask me, what was I doing there that I saw you there?
Wait, please, can I be invited to this day? To this place? I want to come along.
Oris, you're dead. Don't worry.
Okay. Oh, okay, good. So Lagos, you can be part of the conversation this morning by sending us messages onto 0809 444 0981. WhatsApp messages only. Once again on the line 0809 444 0981. The stories are dripping with lots of salaciousness and a whole lot of things.
Oh, wow.
Yes, some of them, yes, really. Well, let's begin with this story by the veteran actor. Kanayo reveals ultimate Juju Odogwu. Veteran actor Anayo Modestus Unyekwere, aka Kanayo, has declared that Jesus is the only spiritual power that he knows as regards Juju.
I feel like that's a letdown. Unfortunately, that's a big letdown. I wasn't expecting Kanayo to come and tell us about Jesus. To be honest, I think we know a lot about Jesus. So what I'm expecting Kanayo to do is to give us like a dissection, a disquisition, a thesis on the powers of the actual Juju. We have seen him display, a couple of times, not a couple of times, wow, a lot of times, numerous times over the past, 3 decades.
Okay.
So to have him talk about the ultimate Juju being Jesus, I'm like, no, man, this is not what we pay you for. This is not what you're watching.
And all of this coming from an interview with media personality through the interview.
Yeah.
So that's where it all came out from. That it's not just it's Jesus. Forget whatever you see. This old screen thing is having would you say it's a negative impact on his life right now?
I think Kanayo has been, what's the word, a little bit defensive or really unhappy about his association with Juju. But I want to tell him that it is not like it's our fault now. we did not write the script. We did not give it to him.
Fault. I think that whole stereotyping thing.
Yeah, no, but why is he so angry? Because I remember there was one time, I think 2 or 3 years ago, there was one, I think it was a live or something, and he reacted very unhappily to the ideas of him being associated with sacrifices and Juju. But I feel like, take a little fun about
too
it.
Late. It's just it matter how much he might try to
Be displeased.
To distract us.
Distract. That's a
It'll
good.
be difficult to. So it's funny. There's this guy. What's his name? Victorin released a new video.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
So he walked in and then did a sign. Only for I know the thing about Twitter. I love Twitter. Twitter.
The X platform. It's X. They've updated me now. It's X now. It's X platform now.
Well,
please, it's Twitter.
Whatever they say, it's Twitter. I know.
Okay.
Yes, I refuse to call it X.
The man who buys it determines what you call it now.
Don't mind him.
Okay. Do you have 44 billion US dollars?
Yeah. So, but regardless, there's nothing that if you need information about anybody or anything on this earth, just drop it on Twitter. You'll find
somebody's going to like
it.
Yes. So, and that's how they discovered and they found that video, and then in fact the past few days, Kanayo has been trending. Videos upon videos have been pouring in from TikTok to Twitter to Instagram, everywhere. About videos. If I was now wondering what's going on, why is Kanayo? Is this his birthday? What exactly is going on? I just saw that just somebody somewhere they just wanted to just have fun with, and the videos are countless. So I don't, regardless of how he tries to defend it, the industry has stereotyped him into this. So if it's pretty much too late, maybe too late, because no matter what you do, anytime you see him, and if you call him for a grand movie right now that has any scene like that, we feel like he's going to kill it. He's going to do it very well.
Rituals and all of those.
You should just roll with the punches. But
So
I think so. A part of him, it feels like, man, this. How many years has he been associated with this particular thing? So maybe it's time to like drop it. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
Okay, let's drift on to a setting. Also, a man who you would think persons are expected to walk in his father's shoes, but it seems his father's shoes, honestly, it's oversized. So, but that's talking about Yul Edochie, who, as we speak right now, they say the first wife, May, files for divorce, and she's demanding about 100 million naira in damages. Could this money be this high because the man had just finished a certain government appointment in the state and he feels there's something in the bank to collect?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I mean, she was. I mean, I don't know if it's or was. It's not his object here, so let's say she's his wife. So I assume she knows his capacity. But I feel like anyway, to be honest, when things like this happen, people inflate the figures irrespective of what you are worth. Just to like, I think make the extracts as much from as possible. I think because I'm not sure that
aim for the moon.
Exactly. I'm not sure that any what's it called now, judge in Nigeria would give 100 million to an aggrieved wife who is not the wife of like a billionaire.
Yeah, but let's look at the grounds on which she's even walking away from the marriage now. Yeah, there's a second woman in the picture.
Second woman in the,
which is the crowd already.
Which is what I was going to say to you, that I'm not sure. It's difficult to say that he's not walking in the shoes of his father.
Oh,
let's remember that his father's time was 70s, 80s, 90s, where we didn't have Twitter or X, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have all of these platforms. So it's when you think about it in that way, you feel like, okay, whatever this man, whatever his father Pete had done, we have absolutely no idea. But nowadays everything is online, so maybe there's a sense in which Yul is overexposed. Okay. So I don't think it's the devil. I think people are trying to make him look like this evil man, but I don't think the man is the devil.
Well, in the premises of the law, Yul is not legally married to this second person now.
Judy Austin.
Okay, he's not.
It's not.
But legally. But we respect what's it called now? Traditional, customary stuff here. And he apparently paid just so that the child. I mean, that was the rumor. So that the child can be legal in court. He paid.
But regardless, I feel like what the law has said. If you go to the what's called magistrates, the registry today, what they want to know is if you have legally married another person, somebody before they join you. But if you have not.
Oh, this is the equally registry version.
But again, are we saying our law does not recognize customary marriage?
Okay, so it does. Of course it does. I mean, it does acknowledge the fact that this is.
I mean, we also have Muslims here, right? And they can marry 3 wives. That's too is.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Exactly. But when it comes to the law, who is the legal wife? Is what the question.
I hear you. But what's his name? I mean, he had an appointment, but I don't think he's a politician.
We wait for the case to unfold, because I see the lawyer for May, the first wife, is a senior advocate, and Falana is a veteran of many battles. Well. Get a son. I hope the man can also afford a son too. That drifts us into.
I believe so. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I believe so.
So the next story here is a legend who we are having to pay some respect to at this time. The legend Fela, that's Fela Kuti's children pay tributes 26 years after his passing on. And that's what they say. So
26 years.
It's 26 years on the 2nd of August, 1997.
Oof. Wow.
Yes. So really.
This just makes me feel like I'm old, to be honest. I mean, I know Fela is, it's strange that but I'm just thinking about myself like, wow.
So 26 years after, do you see Fela's ideals and messages having been outlived and not relevant any longer? Let's start from there.
I can never use the word outlive in terms of his legacy, what he stood for. Fela has passed the message, not just from himself to his children and the children's children, to even the common man, and in fact, to the whole country, to the whole world, Africa. There are a lot of things that happened at the time that some of us were never even, privy to, or didn't even know at the time that he talked about, But we've come to grow, to listen to the music, to hear, to read, and see that, in fact, a lot of things that he was talking about back then, that was not even, they were not even as bad as they are today. had been, happening since that time.
Yes.
So there's no way he would have outlived. I mean, this is an impact that a lot of people would wish they can live or have, after they are long gone.
Okay, you go ahead.
Yeah,
Oris.
let me give it I will try to make it short, a short story. So years ago, during Celebration, I think, Celebration, yes, I was editor of a music platform at the time. So I got one of our writers to write about Fela and how what he talked about then. It's not like Fela was a prophet. He didn't see the future. What had happened was that Nigeria is such a stagnant country that what he said then still applies now, just because Nigeria has refused to change. So this person, so a friend of mine, the writer, he wrote the piece, I edited it, put in a salacious, use your word, a salacious headline, and then I think a few days after, somebody from Fela's team, of course, his estate,
Yes,
sends my writer a message saying that why are we saying that Fela is not a prophet? And so we are like, no, you should read the piece. It's not about, it's just the fact that the problem is Nigeria, it's not Fela per se, And for me, it just felt to me like what this meant was Fela's team, even in death, nothing passes them by. They're like, there's such a huge push for his legacy. People think that people become great or they last after their what's it called now, after their death, only because of how good their music was, how good the rest of it. Part of it, that's only partly true. The other part of it is business too.
Okay.
If there is nobody to say, you're going to do a release of your albums, nobody to say that we are going to generate some kind of buzz after you are gone. Believe me, no matter how great your ideas are, it will perish.
Okay, in 2 minutes before we go for this break, I see the messages piling up, so let's just let it be when we come back from the break. But James Silas.
Yeah.
Okay, prove it. So you see, you're proving Lagos right now. Good. So, would it be right now to say, building up the estate thing you mentioned, Afrobeat can be considered the personal estate of the Cooties?
Afrobeat, not Afrobeats, right?
No, I said beats. I said beats.
Beats,
Beat,
okay,
not
beats,
beats.
okay.
Afrobeat is their personal estate.
Of course.
I mean, that's
a
lot.
So
that's
why,
a lot.
I'm
That's
saying yes. It's funny. I mean, the way you say it, that that question that is a personal estate. So, but
check it out now.
The story about Afrobeat.
Femi, go on.
Absolutely. You see, Afrobeat.
But there are people I've seen a white band, Antibalas, there's South African one, there's one from Chile, I think.
Yeah. No, they can play. Afrobeat music can be replicated. You can play.
Yeah,
I mean, they are going too far. Did Mabiaku plays?
No, but he played with them now. He was with Fela's band at the time when he was alive.
Yeah, but even when he went solo, when he was on his own.
I'm just saying that the genre is a little bit too big to say it's one person. So, I think.
You can't even take it away from
about
him.
it, man.
The guy created it.
He did. That is true.
Start to finish, he wrote the tune. He designed the sound.
Yes, but his personal estate. That's too much. This is legacy. I think legacy, but not estate.
I get what you're
saying.
Maybe not the estate.
Okay,
so, but even regardless, you see, if you wake up one morning as an artist and try to replicate, or even everybody just automatically just think that you have copied. Oh, this one is trying to copy Fela or somebody.
No, of course.
So, but you see, for the Cooties, if they sound like Fela, if they do anything like Fela, it's not a problem. Nobody, you don't frown, you don't. So, which is why we can almost give it to them as they want to call it that.
They do accuse Sheon of being too derived of his father. I've seen that.
Yeah, but he doesn't even need to defend it.
Okay.
It's what it is.
We're due for a break. When we come back, we're moving on to the next item.
I know, I don't feel like Fela's personal estate. No, I beg, it can't be.
As soon as you start playing, before you there's a general notion out there that anything you play, it says Fela already.
It feels like.
So you
No, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like you can almost agree that if you say whatever you want to call it, is their property.
Is that can be your property? I feel like no, man. I feel like my guy.
No, but look at it now. It's like that. You see that sound, that Afrobeat?
Yes.
Oris. It's almost like if you write a book. Just or you create a story. Yeah. But now we know. Let's use Wole Soyinka.
Yes.
And all the popular books that he has written.
Yeah.
That story. Which one should we use? If you go and replicate a story like that, you write a story like maybe change the names of the character or whatever. If I come and read it, what comes to mind immediately is showing that story. So it looked like he had. It's almost if you come out anyhow, you go and throw the music anyhow and call yourself an Afrobeat. You can't even call your music Afrobeat.
Yes.
No. The people. People do say that now, that they play Afrobeat music.
What comes next?
Antibalas,
I play
all
Afrobeat
of
We're back,
these
we're
other
back.
guys.
curated by or
We're
funded
back.
by
We're back.
Fela Kuti. Yeah, hey.
We're back.
Okay.
Okay, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Smooth 98.1 FM is gone 29 minutes before the top of the hour, 9 o'clock. It's Grapevine, and it just keeps getting better as we get along. The messages, the water has been stirred already, so let's get to see what the messages look like. First person here, okay, we can get that. Francis from Ojo says, well, May Yul Edochie, she's just been acting silently and hitting her ex in every detailed corner. If she says she's worth 100 naira, she does deserve what she claims. She must have also worked and supported her ex while they were starting up and stayed married. That's coming
but
from
is
Francis
the man,
Mojo.
is the man worth 100 million naira?
This man has just freshly left an appointment recently.
So politics used to give people money.
I'm just
Come
saying-
and say it. Tell our listeners.
So Ali comes in here with this message. Fela has touched and addressed everything with his music, everything, politics, economy, love, life. He literally touched the past. See, look at this is save the best for the last. He literally touched the past, the present, and the future. A legend.
So this is why they were attacking us years ago, because of this kind of comments.
Okay.
It's not about Fela being a prophet. It's just the fact that Nigeria refused to change.
Somebody had to say it at the time.
Okay. Then this person comes on responding to Kanayo's issue, and he says, yeah, Kanayo disclosed the ultimate sacrifices as Jesus in his life, but he played it well, like Patience Ozoku playing the evil mother. I guess Twitter and TikTok sharing his video of recent is reviving his character. James, you have 44 billion. Do you have 44 billion now? Please share some. That's what it is.
No comments.
Tired. Let's see. Good morning. It says Kanayo has been acting cult man in different movies
Cult man.
and smiling to the bank. Now he's trying to redeem his image. Honestly, those roles he played in the movies, they've affected our youths a lot. Look at our society today. Cult, human sacrifices, native doctor activities, killings by the youths everywhere. Austin sent in that message.
That's I wasn't thinking about it like that, but I don't think you can lay that blame on Kanayo's door, please. I don't think it is the man who has made these vices permissible.
Okay, so we move on to this next one. The video director himself, who at a certain point in time, if you don't have a certain amount, don't even call his number. This is what he has to say. Recounts encounter with a man who rejected 1,000 naira gift. Please, a beggar can be a chooser also now.
To be honest, when you are as famous as TG is and for the kind of comments he makes online, I'm not sure that this is entirely unexpected. I feel like you are hailing. You know how it works now. People are hailing this guy. You're like, exactly.
So,
why are you not giving 1K? It feels wrong. No, I kind of understand the person who did that.
I just hope the guy didn't say, bros, not for your hand. Not for your hand.
Truthfully, that sense of entitlement,
Yes.
sometimes fans just believe, or some fans.
No, but they didn't just believe. TG has made this very clear.
See, the funny thing is that no matter how rich he might have been or he might be, that point in time he might not even have cash, and then you block
A
him.
whole
And then,
TG.
no, but
Bros, I go take transfer.
When was his last production?
I go take transfer. James, don't worry, I go take transfer.
Okay.
TG, give me transfer.
that kind of thing. So it's just
Okay,
I feel like at that point he didn't even have cash, and they decided what's even important at that point in time is that whatever I was giving would have first of all been appreciated. So thank you.
No, that's
Baba.
not fair.
Yes,
I think
yes.
the person appreciated it, but the problem is like,
No,
you
the
know,
person
I
didn't
feel like
take
something. This could be a little bit more TG.
Oris is just gonna get
No,
it.
Yeah.
But that's all to be said about it. But people must first, when like someone said, if at this point in time or even in the past,
Yeah.
if somebody wakes up in the morning and sends you 5K, let's say the person earns like 100K a month, just divide it by 30 days and see. That person has just given, it means that person woke up one day and went for work just for you
Look,
alone.
I understand this argument. However, if
Yes.
your net worth is like Elon Musk or somebody like that, and you give me $1, I have a right, to be honest. You can call me entitled, but I have right to say, you know what, this thing you've done doesn't seem to me to be right. And this is the same case for TG. If TG was telling Black Bones and Portable, about the amount of money he receives to shoot, and he has been making that whole exchange with Davido about 100 million naira something video. If somebody like that who throws away these kind of figures online, you meet the person offline and you're like, bros, how far now? And the bros has to borrow somebody 1K. I'm not saying that he doesn't have, I mean, he could be like Ken James has said, cash strapped. I understand that. But I think whoever is asking him this one, say the person is Dangote or something, has the right to say, you know what, TG, this thing that you're giving me, I am not very happy. I think it's entirely fair.
Okay, guys, let me tell you something. Oris's handle on Instagram is at catch Oris.
Oris has never said he has 1 billion online. I did not say I shot a video for 100 million.
Listen to me very well.
Yeah, guys.
If you see me somewhere and you beg me for money and I tell you I don't have money for you or whatever, I settle that and move on, JJ. Or I give you whatever I have and you want to complain. So let me even leave myself out of it now. Listen, nobody owes you nothing.
No,
no celebrity owes you anything. Period.
Okay. If you see James, rag him, please, people.
And this also ties into one of this. The actress to Tonto Dike has also called out the Banj and Iniedo now, saying those guys, they are stingy people, but then she has deleted the message already. I'm just saying you can see the way it's going.
So you see, that's a celebrity.
Yes. So, but then you can be part of the conversation and let's read your messages on the show. It's the Grapevine on 0809-444-0981. Let's get into some more messages, and this time to the shores of the abroad. Lizzo, the entertainer, the singer, pop star, sued for weight shaming and sexual harassment by former backup dancers. How did we get here?
Yeah, I mean, this is coming from somebody who's also plus size and similarly stood for plus size ladies or plus size women around the world. I mean, if you go to her Instagram, she's somebody who really talks a lot about all of those things and her journey, body positivity and everything. So it's interesting. I don't know how, this story, there are two sides to the story. I don't know how far or how this conversation came to be, but sometimes there are some comments that might have been made and it can be misconstrued, or they just hold you by that particular, no matter how your emotional, what your emotion was at that point in time. So, but I just feel like I was surprised when I saw the story.
Tracing the story, they said there's a background. It's a precedence from it started 2021 and then this recent case.
Yeah, I mean, like James has said, I mean, there are probably two sides, so we are not entirely sure of all the details. She hasn't said anything, so I haven't seen what she said.
Yes.
But I think that what is happening here is kind of typical of people's portrayal online and what they are like offline. And if you have this kind of, because she does, this kind of, if you are very vocal about your beliefs, no body shaming, no this, no that, you cannot expect people not to hold you to the same standard.
These days, you can't even say somebody's fat any longer.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And Liz is one of, to be honest, I mean, because of her public standing, she's one of the people who has kind of brought that into the limelight. So to have this happening at the background, I feel like there's a bit of hypocrisy. I mean, if it's true, there's a bit of hypocrisy that I think that, I'm not sure about the court case, but I think public shaming is right. I think she should be shamed if she did actually say those things.
This leads us to TikTok. TikToker jailed. This is back in Nigeria now. A TikToker jailed for 3 years, sentenced now for bullying Nollywood actress Eniola Badmus. This is bad, right?
Yes.
No, it depends. Which one is bad now? That she was sentenced 3 years?
No.
Let me just ask you, James. Do you think if Eniola wasn't in the position that she was, she would have been able to get this kind of judgment? If she wasn't famous and maybe a little bit wealthy, do you think she should have?
I don't know if it's about her or the system generally.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? People like this play the system, because if somebody if somebody was insulting me online, I'm not sure that they will probably say, "I better go and fight your battle," But Eniola has, I guess, a kind of machinery, because I'm super surprised that this judgment has come so fast. A few days ago, we heard that she was arrested. Like, how many seconds after she's been jailed?
You have money now, so if you're able to pay a lawyer,
but that's the problem with this country. Like, it's not even for everybody. If it was changed, if it was Eniola who had attacked this lady, would Eniola be in jail?
Okay, but guys, so let's not just leave it, on the headline.
Yes.
There's also the option of a fine of 150,
yes,
150.
Yeah, but how did they get to a statement so quickly? I hear every time about how court cases are
exactly.
Absolutely.
This is like 2 seconds.
So, but let's come back to why
I beg.
why
Why
they had
she-
to go to court in the first place.
Yes.
I saw the video where the lady was
Lady was
talking
saying
about.
stuff.
Yes, it was. And then I'm very much against cyberbullying or any form of calling out
Slander
of
or
anybody on slander on social media.
Yes.
If you have your facts right, and if there's a premise for maybe to sue or to report a situation, go through the right channel and do what you need to do. Now, this said lady was talking on behalf of her friend, who is supposedly shapy or curvy, and that Eniola Badmus approached or asked for her number, and then the next time she called was trying to pimp her out to someone, and then they were like, oh, she's engaged, or she, and they was saying that this is what Eniola Badmus is doing. That's why she moved to Abuja. She's this and she's pimping people. And then she was so confident in that video. When people do this on social media, I look at what so bold that this is very bold. You must have strong facts. And then I saw later the video of when the person had now been. In fact, she was in her house saying that the police are at maybe like around early wee hours of the morning.
Come and prove your case.
Yeah, that they were knocking at the door and they were going to break in and all of that. And then later I saw, even though she did not show her face, but holding the girl and saying, okay, oh yeah, where is that your friend? That was now saying that, her friend had traveled and stuff. But if you have proof of anything that you're accusing somebody on in broad daylight, because look at the image that like someone like has come to grow or something, come to groom over time. I mean, where did I find personally was from Jennifer's Funke Akindele's Omogeto.
Okay.
That's
why you saw her. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I saw her. And then I know. But from there, that's one of our biggest ambitions. And then she has grown to become who she is today. So I mean, you have to cut her some slack.
James, Oris, the messages are just coming in drops, so we must get them in also.
Let's go.
So this one, Tosin Baba says, no one is entitled to money's private citizens make we talk waiting no good. He told us that he had sorted the insecurity guys already, and they were the ones who told these other guys to come collect their portion. Oris, and then Oris, this is to you. Oris, quick check. Do you have 10K in your wallet right now? If no, if I no get, come and beat me now.
Like I said, wait till you do transfer. May do transfer.
Okay, and then the next thing we see here, it says, hi guys, I beg, I am a celebrity too. If you give me money, I won't say no, matter the value. That's what Xavier from Bagada says.
Xavier.
Wow, Oris, what are you saying, Oga? Is TG making the money for them? What rubbish entitlement is that?
Please. 5K is making it for them, please.
Some are naturally benevolent, others are not. Deal with it. They gave 1K. What if he didn't give? Oris, be careful. And then this one comes in here saying, guys, the girl pleaded guilty, so there is no resistance on her part. That's what he says. And then Abbas comes in to close it up here saying, the lady pleaded guilty, and as such, judgment will be very swift. So let's close on the note of Dua Lipa, talking about levitating, which happens to be on my playlist.
Such a big jam,
the energy in that song. How did that be?
She has been sold like 50 million times over that one song.
Walk us through that, Oris, before we close.
I'm not sure. I think it's success. This to say has many friends. This one also has many enemies, clearly. The song has been so big that everybody feels like, we should be able to get like a slice of this
$20 million.
I'm sure they'll throw it out eventually. But even the fact that the person had the nerve to do it, I'm like, okay, I'm impressed.
Honestly, Dua Lipa, when I saw that, my heart sank, because I really do love that jazz. The energy is awesome.
Meanwhile, can we acknowledge the fact that we had so many law cases in our stories today?
Yeah, that is true. It's a Thursday for law today. Yeah. It's Law Thursday. So, guys,
Mr.
Oris, thank you so much for your time on the show today. James Silas.
Yes, James Silas is on Instagram, on X.
On X?
Yeah.
Yes,
Thread.
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Just reach out to me. Let me know you're from Grapevine. I'll holler back.
Then what about you, Oris?
Yeah. So it's Catch Oris, CATCHORIS on Twitter. Oh, sorry, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and of course Catch Oris Gram on Instagram as well, and that's about it.
Okay, I don't know the guarantees. I won't find James Silas where I found him.